Hi, welcome back to Garner's Garden. We are here at Garner's Garden headquarters, and I want to talk about black soap in your hair. We talked about black soap in our skin before, but I don't think I've ever concentrated on black soap and specifically the benefits of use for our hair. Now, we know that our 100% all natural Ghanaian black soap, right? This is what it looks like. Look at that beautiful marbling color. We know that our black soap contains no harsh chemicals. It's good for eczema, acne, rashes, what else? Ringworm, inflammation, dermatitis, stretch marks, any basically dermatitis, it will actually be helpful for because of its antimicrobial, antibacterial, antifungal, germicidal effects. Okay. So, one of the first benefits I want to talk to you about is that number one, it replenishes our scalp, right? So what that means is that we need a healthy scalp in order to have healthy hair. Black soap is able to cleanse the scalp, right? Which promotes healthy hair growth and development, right? Because we're actually cleaning out our follicles. We're getting at the dandruff and the grime and the impurities. And we are also taking the I don't want to say we're clarifying without using a clarifying shampoo because those are very stripping. Black soap will not be stripping because of its natural oils. So replenishing the scalp, killing the grime, killing the bacteria, getting rid of the grime, getting rid of the dandruff, so we can have a healthy scalp, which in turn will give us healthy hair. Okay, number two, guess what? It's antibacterial and antifungal. Okay, antibacterial. I'll shorten it, and fungal. All right. So when we say antibacterial and antifungal, it sounds just like what it is. That means that our soap, our African black soap, can actually get rid of fungus, ringworm, dandruff that is growing on our scalp and causing inflammation. Okay. Antibacterial will actually stop staph infection. Sometimes we have a staph infection on our scalp and we wonder why our hair is thinning or is coming out. Sometimes it's because of an infection. Okay, like I said, if we don't have a healthy scalp, we're not going to have a healthy head of hair. So, our antibacterial black soap will actually cause it will actually help the tiny little bumps that you get on your scalp. If you've ever had braids that are too tight, or if you've ever just had folliculitis, that's what it's called, tiny little bumps along your hairline. Sometimes they appear and people think it's because of sweat. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. But black soap will definitely help to get rid of those tiny follicular rashes or what they call folliculitis, right? And folliculitis actually leads to hair thinning and loss. So we definitely want to keep our scalp free of bacteria and fungus. All right. Number three, promotes the growth of hair follicles, right? So black soap improves the circulation to your scalp. When we get improved circulation to our scalp, what happens is we get more nutrients, more oxygen, all the things that your hair needs in order to thrive. They come through your blood system, right? So when we get circulation directed towards our scalp, we're actually getting the nourishments or the nutrients into our hair follicles at the base, and it's going to help with extreme hair loss, balding, and and the circulation brings oxygen and nutrients and encourages healthy hair growth. So let me write that. Promotes growth of hair follicles, right? The follicles are what we can't see. The follicles is that bulb that's underneath the skin. That is like a bulb on a plant, right? That's what your hair is rooted by. So we never want to um pull our hair so much that it comes out by the follicle, okay? Because that will lead to permanent hair loss. We shouldn't be doing that. If we're braiding too tight and we're getting the bumps, the folliculitis, or if we're getting just small, we think they're sweat bumps, but we're not really sure. Black soap is what we probably need to be using, especially at least around your hairline. If you're someone that sweats a lot every day, you can use it around your hairline like you would any other like you would when you're washing your face. Wash your face with our black soap, and also You can clean the perimeter of your hairline with it to stop sweat and everything else from I would say accumulating around your edges. I know it happens a lot in the summer, especially when we apply different hair products. And then the sweat, the bacteria, the hair products, we're just asking for follicular damage. So we want to promote our hair growth from the follicles. Promote. Follicle. Correct. Okay. Number four, seals moisture and repairs damage. So, because of the rich ingredients like shea and coconut oil, cocoa butter, we have ingredients from the earth. And when we get ingredients from the earth, naturally they are going to contain all the minerals and vitamins that come along with ingredients that come from the earth. That's why natural products are so much more beneficial than unnatural, than synthetically made products, because you're actually getting the natural minerals and vitamins that your body needs in order to thrive, and you're not getting them in a synthetic form. They can add in vitamin A, they can add in vitamin E, they can add in ascorbic acid, they can add in all these things, but we don't have to add in any antioxidants. We don't have to add in any natural oils. We don't have to add it in. It's all natural in our black soap. So it seals moisture, and what it also does is it repairs hair damage, right? And the reason why it repairs hair damage is because it begins to protect your hair from the UV damage, right? As soon as you start protecting your hair from the UV damage, meaning you use something with a little bit of UV ray protection like black soap, your hair will begin to look better. It's just like anything else. When we leave something out in the sun, it gets frazzled, it gets dried out. Same thing with our hair. We can't leave our hair just, without protection from the UVA, UVB, UVC rays, because those rays actually break down your cells. They do DNA damage. They break down your cells. They go deeper than just the surface level. They actually get down inside of whatever it is that they're penetrating. They actually get deep down inside, because if you think about it, it's just rays. It's rays. It's not an actual huge molecule or something. So it's very easy for it to get into our skin and to get into our hair. So we want to make sure that we are using our black soap, which has natural moisture, and it will help to repair the damage and help with that UV damage. We will not be getting a full dose of UV and, therefore damaged hair. So we're going to put here protects against UV. I'll just put UV because there's UVA, B, and C. So UV, okay? Number 5, guys, anti-aging. So basically all that means is that black soap, because we talked about, is antibacterial, antifungal, and those are the type of things that make your hair fall out and you won't even know why. Yeah, all the above can make your hair fall out, right? So what we need is our black soap, which is going to prevent thinning, prevent graying, believe it or not, and it actually prevents what we call hair aging. Fun fact, your teeth are like the only thing on your body that should never age. That is why when you open up like a tomb, or like you look at mummies, they still have their teeth, because your teeth will never age. They should never age. And so we want our hair also to be just as strong and healthy as our teeth, right? So we don't want our hair to age and show signs of thinning. So what do? We use black soap. So I will say it is anti-aging. And I've even heard of people using black soap to help reverse the gray. Now, if you've done that and you had success, please let me know, because I'm interested in hearing about it. I've heard that, it will help with graying hair, but I haven't heard it. not really to scrub your hair with, but this is more for your scalp, right? So we're going to apply it directly to our scalp. And what I would do is I would cut a small piece, like this is soft soap. I could probably break it apart, but I would take a small piece. I'm trying to see if I have a small piece. No, this is our natural shampoo bar, right? But see the size of this? I would take a piece this size, and this is how big the whole, a big block of it is. I would take a piece this size and I would lather it, and then I would probably part my hair in fours, and I would get in between each four of the sections and around my perimeter, and then work my way inside. That is what I would do. I would use a piece about this small. This is all you need. This will last you a couple washes, believe it or not, because guess what? In our black soap, in our foaming black soap face wash, in our formulary, we don't include, guess what? We don't include water. So you don't have to worry about your ingredients being watered down, and therefore you have to use a whole bunch of it. That's why you can use such small pieces of our soap, because it's not filled with a bunch of fillers that don't even make sense for the purposes that we use soap for, right? So I would like to tell you all, black soap is not just for your face. It can be used on your hair too. And I've heard really good things, and I use it mostly around my perimeters every single day because I sweat and want my hair to fall out, especially if you put products around here mixed with the sweat, mixed with the bacteria. The hair will become brittle because sweat has salt in it, has electrolytes in it. Guess what? Salt, what does it do? It dries out things. So if we don't get the salt off of at least our perimeter every single day, it'll build up, and eventually your hair will become dried out because of the sweat, and it'll break. So it's better to get a moisturizing soap with antifungal and antibacterial properties, right? To clean around your most vulnerable parts. The part of your hair that's exposed the most to the elements is the part that needs to be cared for the most, right? Especially if we have protective styles or anything like that. We want to make sure that the hair that's out is being properly cared for, because when we take out the protective style, we want all of our hair to be like, the length we want it to be. We don't want short edges because we weren't taking care of it while it was in a protective style. So part of taking care of it is making sure we get all the day's grime, grit, and just mess off of our scalp on a daily basis, right? Right. All right, guys. I think that is a pretty good explanation of how you can use black soap for your hair. I say again, use a small piece, concentrate on the roots, gently massage and work your way from the outside and then in, right? And rinse. And I wouldn't even say you have to rinse and repeat. You probably can do this as your first wash. Your first wash, and then follow up with whatever it is that you use for your conditioner. All right, guys, I'm so happy that you are here with me, and I'm enjoying having these conversations with you. GarnersGarden.com has African black soap. We have so much of it, and it's so pretty. And if you go in the store and you see African black soap that has a uniform color, a uniform shape, just know that it's probably not natural, because things in nature are never perfectly uniform. That's what makes nature beautiful, and that's what makes people beautiful, because we all look different. And so when we produce something that's coming straight from nature, it's never going to have perfect symmetry and perfect squareness for a bar of soap unless they put it in a press. They expose it to wherever they're exposing it to, whatever metal they're pressing it with, and whatever food coloring they're using to dye it perfectly black. It's supposed to be this brown marble color. All right, guys, thanks for listening, and we will be back to talk more about Garner's Garden and all of our wonderful all natural personal care products. Bye, guys.